迈德威视。
Welcome to Maymai's classroom. I'm Maymai. Today, we are going to explain the white balance of color cameras, presented in 3 parts. Part I, let's understand what is the white balance. In order for the camera to have color transversality function, it is necessary to use the white balance technology. The so-called white balance, in simple terms, is to remove the influence of ambient light, restore the true color of the object, and adjust the color at different color temperatures correctly. This means that a white object will still appear white under red light, and will also appear white under blue light, where the color temperature indicates the scale of light color of the light source. The unit is K. In general, the color temperature is set to 5500 K. Part 2, Introduction to Practical Operation. Double-click to open the SDK software on the desktop. Find the list of devices on the left. Connect the color camera that requires white balance settings. Click on Start Capture. There is a capture button at the top of the device list. You can also click on Capture in the menu bar below. In the menu bar below, to find the RGB can see our arrow pointed to the region of the RGB component values. Find the property tree on the right. Find Color Conversion Control under Property Trees. Click on ISP version in Color Conversion Control. Then you can see 2 versions, V1 and V3. Let's introduce the V1 first. Version V1 includes Auto White Balance, Color Temperature, One-Click White Balance, Set White Balance Window, RGB, Saturation, and Algorithms. The adjustment of color temperature can be selected according to the brightness of the scene environment, and the white balance coefficient made by different environments will also be different. Click Execute to set the white balance in 1 click. Click Edit in the Set White Balance window to customize the reference area. Select the range of reference areas you want. It is also possible to customize the area. RGB gain coefficients can also be modified in our gain, G gain, and B gain. Subsequently, switch to the ISP V3 version for the presentation. V3 is an upgraded ISP of V1. In the V3 version includes White Balance Mode Settings, Color Temperature, Set White Balance Window, RGB, Saturation, and Algorithms. In the V3 White Balance mode allows you to set color temperature, zone white balance, and custom settings. The parameter settings of color temperature can be set according to the ambient light on site. Click Edit in the Set White Balance window to customize the reference area. Customizable area settings are possible. RGB gain coefficients can also be modified in Regain, Gain, and Begain. The algorithm for V1 and V3 is the original multiplication of RGB gain coefficients by CCM matrix. Part 3, Introduction to the Practical Exercises. After opening the SDK, connecting the camera, and starting the acquisition, prepare a piece of white paper, which needs to be used to cover the entire screen. After the white paper covers the whole screen, see the RGB in the menu bar below to see the value of the RGB component in the detection area. Modify the gain factor of Regain in the Color Conversion Control. I just saw in the menu bar that the value of R is higher than G and B. We can modify the gain factor of R to achieve balance. After the modification, the values of R and B are balanced, but the value of G needs to be modified. Find Gain in the Color Conversion Control on the right to change the gain factor. After modifying the parameter component of G, the value of B is higher than that of R and G, so we need to modify the gain. Modify the gain factor of the gain in the color conversion control on the right. Then the white balance modification settings completed. Finally, remove the covering white paper and you can see the results of after white balancing. And finally, find out how to set white balance with one click. Change color temperature in the white balance mode to zone white balance. Use a piece of white paper to cover the test area. Find white balance in color conversion control and click run. One-click white balance setup completed. Finally, you can see the result after white balance by removing the covering white paper. So much for today's white balance operation of color cameras introduction. Next time, let's learn about camera distortion calibration and field calibration.
麦德威视